man? What's happening? What's happening? I know this is a show that just came out the blue, but you understand, we are going to give y'all some of this good old Cowboys conversation. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get the crowd up in here, everybody to build the crowd up. And you already know how we going to do it, man. We finna crank this thing on up, man. Give y'all some of this good old Cowboys content, man. So, hey, as soon as you come in the door, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the share button so we can get this algorithm jumping, man, and pump this out to the masses. You understand? We got some good, interesting topics to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? We just coming in with it, man. We finna come with it. We finna come with it. So, hey, if you under the sound of my voice, let me know something, man. Let me see something. Let me see some, some feedback. How do I sound? Let me know, do you hear this sound, what I just did? Let me know if you hear that sound I just did. I'm not sure. If you know, if you heard it, you will know what it was. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let's see what y'all talking about, man. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see what y'all talking about. I'm trying this new program.
You know what they always say, if it was easy, anybody could do it.
Slow your roll. I'm trying this new program. Okay. Loud and clear. Did y'all hear the sound I played? Because if you heard the sound, you'll know what it was. Somebody let me know what the sound was then. You got 5 seconds. What was the sound? What was the sound? Can y'all hear this one more time? Maybe you didn't hear it. Let me see. Did you hear that sound that I just played? I'm working out the kinks. It said didn't hear another sound, but heard an echo. So maybe it doesn't work. Okay, that's cool. That's cool too. But we'll ride on like this. We'll rock out like this. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the share button. We in the building, man. Hey, we got a lot of interesting topics to talk about. We heard our guy, Mr. Zach Martin, speaking about, being close to the end. And we already realized that, hey, man, Father Time is undefeated. It is inevitable. Shout out to my girl, my content girl, sister in the building. Not in the building, but Stargazer. You remember a couple of years ago, Miss Star said, hey, what if we was to trade Zach Martin? And it caused a big kerfuffle. It caused a big problem in the nation. A lot of people was like, no, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. And look, Zach is still a great player. He was a great player at that time. But it's kind of suck out the while, just keep losing your great players and get no compensation back. So just like Tyron Smith, we didn't want to lose Tyron necessarily, but we didn't get nothing back from Tyron. All we got back from Tyron is, a little sadness. That's about it. So at this point in time, man, it would be nice to get a little something back. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I believe the Cowboys hold on a little too long to some of their players, man, and we end up getting nothing. So out of this roster, okay, I don't know if nobody agree with that, but just let me know how y'all feel about that. Out of this roster, is there anybody who you would say, hey, man, maybe I need to go ahead and get off of him so I can get me some compensation back so we won't just be without anything to show for it? Just like I got a couple of players in mind, but y'all give me a player that y'all think about, man. Give me a player that y'all can think about right now that we are almost at the end of the road. Like, hey, boys to man, we are the end of the road. We real close. We right there. And we almost at the very last minute to where we can get some compensation back. So name some of those players who you would like to be like, man, I would love to be able to get off this guy and end up getting some back. Let's see who y'all can come up with. Jordan Lewis, I see JV B-Boy in the building. Jordan Lewis is a great candidate for that. But the only thing, his trade value ain't enough. He won't warrant enough back. So I believe this category that I'm discussing, it would have to be somebody that's like, you know what I'm saying, somebody that would warrant a big return. Jordan Lewis probably wouldn't get you much right now at this moment in time. I got a great candidate in mind, but look, I'm not saying trade these players, but I'm just saying it'll be nice once they decide to leave, or, you know what I'm saying, if they're not going to retire it'll be nice to get something in return. Shout out to my content brother, Mr. Big Time Show, man. What's happening with you? Shout out to you. Salute. That's the guy I'm talking about. Like, listen, do not get me wrong. I am not preaching to trade people. But I think we all can agree that it sucks losing some of these players and not getting nothing back. Like, am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Let me know. Say, hey, give me R or W if I'm right or wrong. Just let me know. We need some class participation in this manner. Hey, all I'm saying is I'm tired of getting left empty-handed. That's all I'm saying. It kind of sucks. Like, listen, I wish we was kind of, sometimes I wish we was kind of like Cutthroat. Like, y'all know the Cutthroat guy. The Cutthroat people just like New England. New England used to be cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even get they stars time to expire. They just got rid of their stars ASAP. Like, hey, they see one sign of decline and you out of the building. Or New England was so cutthroat with it, they'll catch you at your peak. New England, they'll make sure you get to your peak and then trade you. So just like, shout out to my guy West Coast, man. You already know West Coast have a lot of controversial stuff he say, but sometimes he be right, bro. Look at my guy like, just like West Coast said, what that was, last season or the season before last, Dorms Armstrong would have been a perfect guy like that. The Cowboys don't realize you gotta finesse sometimes. We don't understand how to finesse. Like, listen, for the people who not hip on the lingo, finessing, you are getting more back than what you gave them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes business is like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not your fault that they don't understand the market or understand what they deserve. So, okay, listen, why can't we just make sure we raise the value of some players and get a good return back? Perfect candidate right now, Trey Lance. Everybody's wondering and wishing they knew how he played and what he could do. Hey, you know what'll be a great thing to do? Boost up his stock. Make sure his stock go up to a top tier level. I'm talking about I want you to make sure Trey Lance is cooking and then ship his ass on up out of town. Listen, what's the more valuable commodity than a quarterback? Somebody answer my question. What is a more valuable asset than a quarterback in this league? It's not one. If I was the Dallas Cowboys, if I was any GM, I would use quarterbacks and finesse them every year. Like, I have probably the dopest backup quarterback every year, and I boost him up and make sure I get me a trade value back. Because listen, it's so many different scenarios where you can finesse that quarterback. Just imagine you got 17 games. They trying to grow it to 18 games. If you got 17 games, guess what? It'll be quick and easy for you to be like, listen, I mean, for this scenario to happen, you will see a quarterback get hurt. Some of these quarterbacks that's rookies, they're going to be bad, and these teams going to be trying to look for some quarterback help. You always going to need a quarterback. So if I was a team, I'd put a lot of stock and a lot of resources into developing quarterbacks and finessing them. Bam. Bam. I would have been doing that forever. I would have always have a revolving door at quarterback, building up the equity in my quarterbacks, and then guess what? I'm shipping them out as soon as I get a chance. I'm going to make every backup quarterback look great. And guess who else was doing that ahead of the time? Guess who else was a trailblazer in that category? New England. New England did the same thing. How many backup quarterbacks they got off? They got off Matt Castle. Who else? They got off a couple of more dudes. Garoppolo. New England was already on this. Listen, we don't like the Patriots. We don't like Tom Brady. We don't like Belichick. Screw all of them guys. But when it comes to business, him and Robert Kraft, them boys was cooking. They was ahead of the trail. Nobody really finessed it like them. They doing everything I'm saying, but it seems like the rest of the league didn't catch on. Them boys was ahead of their time, and they was excellent at it. So, hey, man, I wish we was a little more cutthroat like New England. I didn't mean to turn this into a praise New England scream, but, man, they was cooking back in the day. Right or wrong, how many backup quarterbacks they got big-time compensation for? How many quarterbacks they did? Look, big-time show. Did it with Garoppolo at his peak. That is finessing at its best, man. That's greatness. That's how you finesse. And it seems like the Dallas Cowboys, we be the ones that's on the short end of that stick. we pull the short straw every time. We be the ones that get finesse. And that's sad, man. And we pride ourselves on being big time, stern, big time businessmen. And then we end up getting screwed every time. Like, hey, let Landlord get in there and I'm going to show you how to finesse and show you how to move. We'll be back. We'll be back in the NFC Championship very, very soon. You know what I'm saying? Give me about what? Let me see. Give me 2 years tops. Landlord will have you back where you want to be at, man. I know how to finesse. I know how to make sure we get an advantage and get a good return on these players. It's not rocket science, sir. Look at Mr. Time. Matt Castle, Jacoby Myers got money back from him. Jimmy G and Hoyer. Like, listen, them boys know what they doing over there, man. Regardless of how we feel about them, we got to be honest. Good business is good business. New England was doing it at a top tier, all-time level. Them boys was really cooking. They getting rid of they superstars at the peak. They didn't care. But just like they said, we were talking about Dorrance Armstrong. Dorrance Armstrong should have been somebody that we got rid of soon as we knew he wasn't gonna be able to sustain that level of play, man. We knew he wasn't gonna be able to sustain that level of play. That's why when West Coast said it was so brilliant. I'm sitting up here looking at Dorrance like, when he got them sacks, I'm like, oh, that's cap. That's not gonna, he ain't gonna be able to sustain that. You know what you do in a situation like that? Sell them. You know what I'm saying? Go make a pitch to another team. Hey, you interested in some Dorrance Armstrong stock? I got a Dorrance Armstrong for you. Hey, you need an extra 5-10 sacks? What's up? They don't know what they doing, man. That's when we get that L. We got a perpetual, continuous L that we got to take due to nepotism and not having real GMs and real representation in this front office. That's a everlasting L that we take as Cowboy fans, man. Because listen, if we had a real guy that was in there worried about his job and the well-being of his sustainability of his life and family, them boys would be out there trying to innovate some stuff. And them boys would be like, man, look, man, I'm trying to finesse. I'm trying to pull out the biggest heist ever in NFL history to make sure I keep my stock up, to make sure I got job security on a year-to-year basis. We don't have to worry about that. We got straight comfortability in our front office with the GM and the president of player personnel, all of that. They don't have to do nothing. They don't have to really push the needle at all. All they got to do is just whatever they want to do, honestly, just show up. Like, they have no pressure on them. But I don't want to be whining and getting on that all day, man. I got a couple of topics I want to talk about. Let's get into it. You know, I don't swear by a lot of these dudes, especially the mainstream media. You know, we new media, but you know what they say, a broken clock be right 2 times a day. Even a trash can get a little steak, man. So let's listen to him and see what type of points he was making.
There's more credit. You know what they always say, if it was easy, anybody could do it. Think about the totality of Dak Prescott's career. Dak Prescott was not the first quarterback drafted. First one was Jared Goff. He's been traded. Second one was Carson Wentz. He's out the league. If it was easy, anybody could do it. Dak is the only quarterback from his draft class that is still on the team that drafted him. If it was easy, anybody could do it.
Oh, hey,
you've been starting in the NFL.
Cooking.
It was easy,
Tell
anybody.
me he ain't cooking, y'all. We got to give it to him when he right, y'all.
Do it. You've been starting in the NFL for the most scrutinized team for 8 years. If it was easy, anybody could do it. Dak Prescott be winning a whole lot of games, albeit regular season, but only 2 active quarterbacks currently have won Super Bowls playing right now.
Hey, but they hold Dak to a standard where if you ain't winning a Super Bowl, you are terrible. That is all the way basuda. That is very, very sad that's the only level of success. Bro, listen, people be trying to act like they so cool and they so brave when they make these bold predictions and say, hey, the Cowboys ain't gonna win a Super Bowl. Man, you know how easy it is to be right? Like, we sit up and entertain Stephen A. Smith with all that foolishness, man. You gonna be right most of the time, sir. Like, it's 31 teams every year that don't win a Super Bowl, man. So he sit up and like, oh, the Cowboys won't win a Super Bowl. Do you see how goofy that is for real, man? Your odds are so great. Like, man, I don't give you no type of flowers or no type of respect for making those ridiculous picks and all of that stuff, bro. That's really not even that dope. Like, It's easy to say. I can say it right now. The Bengals won't win the Super Bowl next year. The Browns won't win the Super Bowl next year. The Ravens won't win the Super Bowl next year. I guarantee you, out of those 3 teams, I'm gonna be right by 2 for sure. That's 100% probability, right? It's only one team that's gonna win. I can name 26 teams right now, and I'll be right on 25 of them. But we sit up here and praise these goofies for saying all this crazy stuff, man. I just don't understand it, man. I'm sorry. I go on rants all the time, man. If you're new here, I'm Landlord from Alabama. Let's go. Let's continue.
Crazy anybody could do it. Yeah. Dak deserves more credit because Dak has always been competitive with the Cowboys. Cowboys have won the division several times. Cowboys have had a first-round bye Dak Prescott's rookie year. He's gotten an MVP vote. If all of this stuff was easy, Carson Wentz would still be doing it. Ooh. If it was easy, Jared Goff would still be in L.A. doing it. Ooh. If it was easy, Connor Cook would still be doing it. If it was easy, anybody could do it. Clearly, it's not that easy, Joy Taylor. Dak Prescott.
So your final year.
Hey, what they say is cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. It's a problem when Dak doing it. You see what I'm saying? You got to give him his props. Acho was cooking right there. I'm about to call him Ocho Cinco. Acho was cooking right there, man. We got to give him his props because that's a great way to put it. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. None of the players that was drafted with Dak Prescott are with the same team. He the only one that's holding it down, doing his thing. Okay, regular season champs, it's a whole lot of them. It's teams that ain't even regular season champs. So I mean, that's not as bad as you're trying to make it out. It's really not a flex. It's teams that don't never win or hardly ever win. So hey, it's teams that never won a Super Bowl. It's teams that barely ever win anything. But hey, Dak is this, Dak is that. It don't make sense how much hate that young man get. But hey, man, that's the nature of doing business. That's just what he got to deal with being with the Dallas Cowboys. I promise you, if Dak Prescott was the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, nobody would say anything. Dak could be sleeping peacefully. If he was the quarterback of the Houston Texans all this time, Dak could be sleeping peacefully. If he was the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, just like Josh Allen, that do a lot of things worse than Dak, sleeps peacefully at night. Who else? Any other team, bro, Dak would sleep peacefully if he was playing for any other team. Any other team, even in New York. Think about this, man. Daniel Jones is terrible in New York City. Everybody knows the media spectacle, the circus that New York City is. Do you see what I'm saying? See that Killer Chim? I disagree because I'm making that case now. It's something different about Dallas, right? Killer Chim. Why is Daniel Jones not getting scrutinized and bombed every day? He's in New York media and he's horrible. Like, make that make sense to me. Like, it's not the same scale. That's what I'm saying. New York is a way bigger market than Dallas. We just the Dallas Cowboys. We more than just in our state. But we talking about the New York media, they go way harder. How is Daniel Jones over there able to sleep peacefully and he's horrible in New York? That just lets you know it's not the same. Dak is getting criticized on a way bigger level for no reason. Like, he plays great football and gets scrutinized like he was Daniel Jones. No lie. That you hear more disses for Dak Prescott than you hear for Daniel Jones. And somebody tell me if I'm lying and make that make sense. There's no way you can make a case for that. How in the world is Daniel Jones sleeping more peacefully than Dak Prescott? That is crazy. And he's in a New York market. Wait, look, Zach Wilson was sleeping peacefully. A first-round pick going into a New York market, and nobody bothered him. Nobody bothered Zach Wilson. Once they found out Zach Wilson was terrible, they just left that man alone. Right or wrong, somebody help me out. Once they found out Zach Wilson was bad, them people left him alone. You ain't hear no more headlines about Zach Wilson. You heard nothing else bad about him. They just let that man alone. And this is in the New York media. So it's no denying the fact that it's obvious that Dak Prescott gets a lot of unfair scrutiny and criticism. It's obvious. Shout out to everybody rocking with your boy, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I know a lot of people don't know how to hit it. There's a new format that's going around. it's clunky, it's a little, you know what I'm saying? We got to figure out a lot of kinks in it. But listen, hold down the screen, and then the like button shall magically appear. Hit that like button for your boy, man. If I'm entertaining you, if I'm pissing you off, if I'm making a good point, hey, if anything happening that you might want to come back and return to, make sure you hit the like and share button, and make sure you subscribe. And hey, if you got anything that you got a little spare change you want to throw at your boy, make sure you donate, hit the Cash App or super chat. It will be greatly appreciated. But let's get back into the content.
Deserves more credit. You know what they always say, if it was easy, anybody could do it. Think about the totality of Dak Prescott's career. Dak Prescott was not the first quarterback drafted. First one was Jared Goff.
We already did that.
Have won Super Bowl.
I got another topic I want to talk about.
Easy. Jared Goff would still be. Anybody could do it. Clearly.
Press conference, I got a chance to ask him about how much he's looking forward to you to continue to build off that jump that you took in year 2. But how would you describe the opportunity that you have in year 3?
I have the chance to really expand my role and touch up on things I really didn't get right last year. So having the opportunity to head into my 3rd year and then the chance just to really up my role and showing what I can do in year 3 for real.
Yeah, when you talk about expanding your role, DQ used a 3-safety system, 3 safeties on the field, and that's something that Mike Zimmer does as well. How do you kind of, I guess, see your role changing, if you do see it changing at all?
I mean, it's kind of similar in a way. I'm just curious to see going into camp, see where I'm gonna be at, how everything's gonna play out with the new scheme. It's gonna be a lot of ops for a lot of people, so you know what I'm saying, and I want to be one of those guys, so I'm just curious to see for
talk about that deep safety room with Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, Marist Bell returning at safety.
Yep.
I mean, how much of an opportunity is this for you?
Man, at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be behind those guys and learning from them, but at the same time we're competing for the same thing. But at the end of the day, the main goal for everybody is to win the Super Bowl. So you feel what I'm saying? So it's a blessing to have guys in the room like that.
You got a chance to really display your versatility last year, playing deep, also playing close to the line of scrimmage in the box. How much do you feel like that kind of benefits you heading into this year?
I think it benefits me well because I showed last year I can play every spot. I played corner, I played nickel, I played safety, I played backer. So, you know what I'm saying, just really showing the coaches and showing everybody my versatility really to be able to play down, back, guarding everybody. Yeah. So you feel what I'm saying? So I think that'll be something to help benefit me in the long run too. So.
Looking back,
I thought the same exact thing because listen, I told you we got a lot of layover players from Dan Quinn. So you know Dan Quinn like to run the big nickel. It's gonna be a lot of spare big nickel players that's just lingering around from his old regime. And like I said, I remember that interview where Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones kind of hinted at a potential trade or some kind of player exchange between them and Dan Quinn. Because, listen, we know that we got pieces that Dan Quinn would like to use. It'll almost be crazy if we didn't find a way to barter between each other. So, like, they got extra defensive tackles. Man, we should be giving them Marist Bell and somebody else, like 2-3 safeties that he like. We should have. Now, J-Run gone pretty much. But we should have been bartering with some of these big nickel players that we got over here and try to go get us a defensive tackle over there. Because Washington got a couple of spare defensive tackles. Like Jonathan Allen, I think he ready to go. And we already know Dan Quinn don't even play that form of football. So, hey, that'll be an easy deal to be made, man. But I'm really tripping off how him and Marist Bell finna find themselves pretty much in the same boat. After all that Marist Bell gave to us, he really don't have a solidified role or spot on this team. And he played as good as you could possibly play at linebacker at his size, being undersized and being thrown in the fire. You know what I'm saying? Trial by fire. Marist Bell did enough. And look, he is undersized, so how much can we actually expect from this dude, man? Just being real. Like, he played above expectations. Like, is that fair to say? Somebody help me out. Is it fair to say Marist Bell played above expectations? Because I think it is. Let me see, above or below. Is it fair to say Marist Bell played above expectations, being thrown in the fire, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere? Being thrown in the fire out of nowhere, I think he actually played pretty well. Somebody let me know. You see what I'm saying? And now he don't have a solidified role into what? This roster, this rotation. We don't know. We don't know. So I see mostly above so far. I see mostly above. Let's run the question for a second. Did Marist Bell play above expectations given the circumstances? Given the circumstances, I give him an A+. Given the circumstances, I give him an A+. It ain't much more you can even expect from this young man. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was put in a terrible situation. He was caught between a rock and a hard place, and he figured out a way to be wonderful. You know what I'm saying? He figured out a way to not sink. It was a barbecue and mildew situation, and he barbecued most of the times. Like, I think that's easy to say. He barbecued most of the times. Let's see what the people saying in the chat. They said, I want to solo because both our linebackers are boo-boo. Yeah, they was pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? They was pretty bad. But, hey, I think Marist Bell did his thing given the circumstances. Given the circumstances, he did his thing. Hold on. What is this? Roy 41. What did he say? So far, nobody. But like I said, the Cowboys aren't gonna even sniff a chance. Who is your team, Mr. Roy? Who is your team, Mr. Roy? And you look, I ain't doing my normal setup because I have a lot to say to you, sir. Hey, you'll know next time where you at. You understand? You know, hey, if this your first time watching, man, we call this the trap. Listen, it is nothing nefarious per se. But, you know, we started calling it the trap because at first my setup was just, you know what I'm saying? It looked like a trap house. It was just terrible. It was this and that. It was grainy. It was grimy. So it was a running joke. We call it the trap. That's where we get that from. So, you know, I've got a little better, a little upgrades by now, but hey, we still just run the game. We call my chat box the trap, landlord, the trap house. Hey, join the team, you know what I'm saying? Become a trap member. This is how we get down in the chat box. Hey, make sure you hit the sub button. Make sure you hit the like button. Hey, donations are welcome, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the Oxnard, California. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get the Oxnard. Hold on, where is it? We trying to get the Oxnard, California. And
there's more credit.
Wait a minute. There we go. Hold up. I had it somewhere. Yeah, there we go. We trying to get the Oxnard, California out there, the training camp. So, hey, man, all donations are welcome. We trying to make sure we cover the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, from a trusting eye. You know what I'm saying? One thing, most of my people that follow me, man, they know for a fact I'm not bought out. You know what I'm saying? Some of these beat writers and some of these people that's in this space, I don't know if we could trust them. So, hey, when I go out there, I'm going to give you an unfiltered, uncensored, you know what I'm saying, full report on the players that you want to see and the players that you want to, you know what I'm saying, want to get your stuff from. So, hey, people that follow me in my chat box, they already know I'm as real as they come. I'm as authentic as they come. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to hear, some real stuff about any of those players. I'm just trying to make sure I get out there again. I was out there last year. It was a wonderful experience. We just trying to make sure we spin back gang. Y'all already know what time
There's more credit. You know what they always say, if it was...
But let's see. Ranye, I was talking about Ranye Thomas. He is finding himself in a weird scenario. We already know he got all the potential in the world, but we just don't fit. It's just hard to find a way to get him on the field, y'all. And it's crazy. So what y'all feel about that? And one of the first things I thought about when I thought about Ranye, I'm like, listen, okay, Ranye is such a talented player. I know he moves well for a safety. He got 4.3 speed or something. Like, I know 4.4, 4.4, 4.3 speed. Okay, if that's the case, what is hips move like? Like Paul's no Diddy. I'm saying, do he got corner hips? Can he actually, you know, change direction, and can he cover as a corner? We seen him get some reps at slot corner. So, hey, man, Ranye look like he might be one of those players that just have to do whatever the coach say, hey, just put me on the field. Special teams is where he going to have to shine. We know he shined last year. He blocked the field goal. So, hey, man, Ranye is a player that I feel like deserves some reps, but I just can't figure out where to get him from. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you take off the field? He's a safety. You got Malik Hooker, Donovan. Where do you get this right? Who takes food from? I don't have the answer. Him and Marist Bell. Sure. And it really so man, I don't in that look like we back. Look like we back. Forgive me, man. My internet was acting real crazy. So hey, let me know if we back. Are we still frozen? What's going on? What's going on? Look like we back. Look like we back. But yeah, man, Ranye and Marist Bell find themselves a little messed up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the feds tried to kick in the door, man. They tried to come get me. You understand? You know, I had to pull a finesse, smooth move and get up out of that jam, man. Get up out of that situation. Get up out of that scenario. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue and get
There's more credit. You know what they always say, if it was easy, anybody could do it. Think about the totality of Dak Prescott's career. Dak Prescott was not the it was
I gotta learn this system a little more because it keeps starting over. So forgive me.
DQ used a 3 safety system, 3 safeties on the field, and that's something
Shout
that
out to them trap members sliding in for the win too, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the mods. Hey, every mod. Hey, I know I got 1 billion mods on my channel and all my members. Hey, I really need you. I implore y'all. Y'all know the likes been way down. I implore y'all. I really need y'all to come through for your boy, man. If you a mod, you gotta be hitting that like button for your boy. Hold down the screen. Boom. The like button come up. I'm at 31 likes, and that's just sad. I know I got 137 people on here right now. That's just YouTube. So, hey, man, please get the likes up, get the shares up. Make sure y'all help your boy reach that quota, man. I at least need to have 100 likes. Can I at least get 100 likes from y'all? You know what I'm saying? 100 likes is not asking too much, man. Let's continue.
Similar in a way. I'm just curious to see going into camp, see where I'm gonna be at, how everything's gonna play out with the new scheme. It's gonna be a lot of ops for a lot of people. So you know what I'm saying, and I want to be one of those guys. So I'm just curious to see.
Talk about that deep safety room with Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, Marist Bell returning at safety. Yep. I mean, how much of
right. Who is your team, sir? Who is your team?
How much
That's what we want to know.
Is this for you?
Man, at the end of the day, it's a blessing to be behind those guys and learning from them. But at the same time, we're competing for the same thing. But at the end of the day, the main goal for everybody's to win the Super Bowl. So you feel what I'm saying? So it's a blessing to have guys in the room like that.
You got a chance to really display your versatility last year, playing deep, also playing close to the line of scrimmage in the box. How much do you feel like that kind of benefits you heading into this year?
I think it benefits me well because I showed last year I can play every spot. I played corner, I played nickel, I played safety, I played backer. So, you know what I'm saying? Just really showing the coaches and showing.
Hey, you're a Niners fan, but for some strange reason, you must be here with us. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot about you. I promise you, you won't find me in the 49ers chat. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Weird energy, man. Weird energy. You know what I'm saying?
Versatility.
We know what San Francisco famous for, too.
Garden.
We know.
Everybody.
Hey,
so you feel what I'm saying? So
we're not too young to know that, sir. So fly your flag, sir. Fly your flag.
Back at the 2023 film, what was something that you...
Hey, it's your month, too. It's your month. It's your team month.
Communication. I would say that.
It's your team month right now, too. So, hey, fly your flag, man.
And just being
just
really
don't fly it over here.
Defense, because safety, you have to talk. Yeah. So I feel like just talking really is one of the biggest
all
things
jokes.
For
YouTube,
every
do not
team.
black
if you don't
mail
talk,
me. You know, black me. Just joking.
How has it been learning this new system and just kind of getting adjusted to Mike Zimmer as your new defensive coordinator?
Zimmer has been making it easy for real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously he was doing a lot at us, but that's
part
normal.
Yeah,
it's part of the game because we learned a new system. But Zimmer has been awesome helping us, having a lot of walkthroughs, just coming into meetings, just telling us what we need to work on, because he understands that it's new and everybody's not gonna get it, you know what I'm saying, in one day. So Zim's been awesome helping us learn it. So
Okay. Now, this is another topic I wanted to touch on. You know, Robert Prince is our wide receiver coach. And listen, I don't know what it is, but I promise you, I done seen almost every. I had to go check to see was it Jalen Brooks' birthday? No lie, because I seen everybody post this guy. So I don't know if it's a hype train going around. I don't know what it is. Jalen Tober posted Jalen Brooks. Now that's the wide receiver coach posted Jalen Brooks. Cavante Turpin posted Jalen Brooks. If I'm not mistaken, Brandon Cooks might have even posted Jalen Brooks. Like, everybody is going Jalen Brooks crazy. So, like, I don't know what it is. Is he really cooking like that in camp? Hey, I can't wait to go out there and see it, man. So, you know, like I said, it is agendas going around. This one thing I did want to bring up to y'all, right? You know, we understand how the Dallas Cowboys operate when it's contract times. We all understand that, right? It's no denying we understand how that works, okay? When it's a big player contract come up, it's a slander campaign, it's a smear campaign that always happen. And listen, how is it that we take one side and we say, okay, we recognize the smear campaign, then we take the other side and we don't recognize it? Guess what happened when Zeke went to Cabo, when he held out? What happened to Zeke when he went to Cabo? What was the Joneses' response when Zeke went to Cabo? They said, Zeke who, didn't they? Then Tony Pollard was the best running back ever for that count, right? Y'all remember that. Now you got CeeDee Lamb holding out, and now they got another guy who they saying is the greatest player ever. Everybody is pushing Jalen Brooks. Now, I'm not saying that it's cap, but I'm just saying it is, you know, pretty convenient, and it's pretty on point to what they usually do, right? So listen, if you gonna say you got cheese over here and it look the same in this area, you got to recognize them both as cheese. Hey, a spade is a spade. You can't say that looks just like a spade, but it's really a heart. Like, you can't do that. If you gonna say it's good for one side, it got to be good for both sides. So listen, we got to recognize the BS that they pushing out here against CeeDee Lamb. Look, these other receivers got called up. When CeeDee is out of camp, these other receivers get pushed up. Now they saying, oh, Jalen Brooks. Oh, my God. Jalen is just, whoa. Hey, Turpin. Every receiver is just wonderful now, y'all. So y'all got to pay attention to that too. Like, you just can't recognize the foolishness and the buffoonery when it fits your narrative. You got to recognize both narratives. Like, hey, even the narrative that you're not fond of. Like, you know, CeeDee, you might not be on CeeDee's side or whatever, or you might be on his side. You still got to recognize when they shooting shots and when they up to no good, when they being nefarious against our players. You still must recognize that. So it's easy to say, hey, now all of a sudden, every wide receiver on this roster is just phenomenal because CeeDee Lamb is holding out. So let's see how y'all feel about that. Now, look, that don't take nothing away from this young man, because I do think he got some potential. I do think he got some he gonna push his way to be in this rotation some way, somehow. But hey, let's not get too excited with this, because I see people just going crazy, man. So what y'all think about that? I think it's fair to say, hey, CeeDee is holding out. Now you see trade rumors coming everywhere. Now you see now every receiver on our roster is just dope. So hey, let me know if I'm on or something, because we don't hear people talking like this about CeeDee. It's all about Michael. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Do y'all feel like I just caught wind or something? You see what I'm saying? Do y'all feel like I caught wind or something? It seems like it's a little shots getting shot at CeeDee. It's some little shots getting shot at CeeDee too. And CeeDee is just quiet. He just minding his business. Hey, he just want his money. He just held out. He ain't even make a big spectacle about it. He just held out. You know what I'm saying? He just said, I want my money. And then on top of that, like, this is no shot at Michael, but hey, it's CeeDee Lamb's turn. It's his turn. You see what I'm saying? It's actually CeeDee's turn to get paid. Like, he is in his last year. So that's one difference between him and Micah. Micah still got another year. You see what I'm saying? So, like, hey, this is no beef on Micah, but I'm just saying, CeeDee was next in line. Like, CeeDee was in the front of the line, bro. Like, so, hey, this makes sense. This man got 2 All-Pro years back to back. So if you ain't gonna get mad at Micah, you definitely shouldn't say nothing about CeeDee Lamb. You see what I'm saying? It's literally his turn. He ain't jumping nobody. This man is in his 4th year, and it's literally his turn. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, CeeDee got all the right in the world to say, hey, I want my money. And he doing it quietly, professionally. He just not there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Let's interact with the chat a little bit. Oscar says, I'm getting, hold on. I don't really know how to pull up the chat. Let me see. I don't know how to work this that well yet, y'all. So y'all forgive me. Y'all know I work a whole nother system. So yeah. I don't know how to pull the comments up, but they on the screen. So it says, let's see. Let me see. I can't keep up with it. I got to figure that out. Hold on. Let me see. It's over here somewhere then, ain't it? Chat. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I got it. Oscar says, I'm getting it if what he say? I'm getting it if Micah too, landlord, he too much. We need a culture change. See, like I said, I'm not saying that I don't want Mike on the team and then like that. I'm just saying, man, CeeDee first. That's all I'm saying. It's literally his time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Darren Pose in the building, man, Mr. Ligaments. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that boy Micah said ligaments, boy. It was over with for me. I was crying laughing. Tyrone Church said landlord going to get the zombies. I agree with you. Hey, it's a whole nother form of zombies nobody paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just saying, like, this one thing I don't like. And it's something you got to recognize, man. If you can't take what one person say when it fits your narrative and say, hey, yeah, that works. And then when it go against your narrative, you like, that's BS. Like, are you going to trust them or not? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, hey, this what I say. Any of these sources, man, we got to just take what they say with a grain of salt. Don't trust nothing they say wholeheartedly. Don't bet the house on nothing none of these guys say because you wasn't there. You don't know if they working in good faith or not. You know what I'm saying? That's just being fair. We could just mention their comments and say what we thought about them. We can't say it's true or not because we ain't there. That's my opinion. So, you know what I'm saying? How you going to cipher through the BS and what's real? Oh, Brian, just like Brian Brody said, Micah is not a classroom guy, but he also said Jalen Brooks is smoking camp. How you going to be able to cipher between what's real and what's not? I just say, hey, all of it is in the middle. I don't know if it's true or false, but hey, I'm going to give you my opinion on what's being discussed. I don't take these boys, nobody word wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing against Brian Broaddus or nobody. That's just how I have to interpret this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being safe and not being swayed in other people's arguments. Because like I said, everybody got they picks and chooses, like just being real, even if you're a scout. Everybody got stuff that they like and dislike. No lie. Like I'm an ex-receiver. I know it was many moons ago. I'm an ex-receiver. So it's certain things I like from my receivers. Like I want them to be tall. I want them to have a good catch radius. First and foremost, you need to be able to catch the ball. Like, you see what I'm saying? I want you to be able to do all of that stuff. But if not, I might be a little, you know what I'm saying? You might not fit the description for me. So when you taking the words of these other scouts, believe it. Everybody else has preferences too. So you don't know if they being a little biased because of their preference or not. That's just the nature of the beast. So don't never believe what anybody says wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? He might not even be trying to be biased, but it's just in you because you got your own preferences. Like Brandon Cooks probably ain't did as much as I feel like he did. I'm gonna just be honest with you. He's not the preference of receiver that I like personally. It just is what it is. So I'm looking for more from him. Maybe I'm being a little unfair. That's possible. I'm not a perfect human being either. But I'm just admitting my faults. I'm being vulnerable now. I'm admitting my faults. He don't fit the description that I like and receive. It's not the type of receiver that I would pick. But at the same time, it could be stated that that's a flaw in my interpretation. And everybody has that same flaw. If you got a scout or anybody evaluate talent, if they can't admit that, then hey, they being dishonest. I'm telling you that straight up. Everybody got their own preferences in these players that they like. You see what I'm saying? And like, let's say, for instance, for a running back, you might like your running back small and quick and jukey. But then somebody else might like a tall running back that's big and mean, that's running over people. You gonna go towards what you like opposed to what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? And then you might be unfair to the other side. That's just normal stuff, bro. You just gotta know how to interpret that. You just gotta know how to interpret that. So, hey, like I said, if anybody can't admit that, they being dishonest, man. And I'm just being real with y'all. Like, my thoughts on these players is gonna be centered around the way that I like to view football. You know what I'm saying? So that don't mean my thoughts is the end all be all either. That's for everybody. Literally. Somebody might be like, man, Jalen Brooks is the best receiver on the team. And then you go out there and see him, it's like, man, he runs some good routes, but I don't like how he catch the ball. He don't really be catching like that. Or you might be like, he just can't separate them. Like, it's just different preferences in there too, man. It's different preferences in there too. And just like I said, it also is something else that you got to add to the equation. Some people might value athleticism over a skill set. They might be like, wow, he's so explosive. But then when it comes to the skills, he might be lacking in that. You might value skills more than athleticism. You see what I'm saying? You might value IQ over skills and athleticism. It's a lot of stuff in that equation that's just an ever-changing cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's just an ever-changing cycle. So don't take nobody. That's the moral of that story and that soliloquy, aka slight rant, is that, you know what I'm saying, don't take nobody word as law. Nobody. And and that's coming from a content creator. Don't take nobody word as law. Do your own research if you that interested. You know what I'm saying? You can still take people perspective as a reference, but don't just say, hey, landlord said this, so it's right. Or such and such said this, so it's right. Like, no, that's not a good way to go about it. Charles Bud says maybe Brooks and Cooks can be good third receivers. That would work. Hey, man, I don't know. I hope Brandon Cooks is good enough to super separate himself from being a number 3 receiver. He should, and I think he'll do better this year. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I just don't know how much better he gonna do. That's the only problem I have. I want to be way better at receiver. I don't know if Brandon Cooks is going to be half of that or something. I don't know. He might be close to, you know what I'm saying, filling it out. He might be down here. I don't know. I want to be uphill. Like, I want to be like, bro, we way better at receiver this year. That's what I wanted to be. He says, yeah, I already know it's some trolls in here. Let's see what he said. Wearing sunglasses inside when you're broke hits different. Yeah, and it's so many. What can you say? It's so much implying on there, man. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? If you was actually a content creator, you'll know we have a lot of lights that's real sensitive on the eyes, and it is, you know, it's in your best interest sometimes to wear sunglasses. So that's something that you might not be aware of because your IQ might be the same as an ant or some kind of other some kind of other insect or something. But you don't even know what you're talking about, sir. So please get your punk ass up off my live if you don't know how to respect people. You understand? Get on somewhere. All right. Let's see. Flip from Texas said, landlord, love and receiver sheets. Hey man, I'm a receiver by nature, bro. That's all when I go out there and watch it, I'm looking dead at the receivers first. Quarterback and receiver. That's what I like to watch. That's what I like to watch. Tyrone said, I think 200 plus more than last year and 2 more touchdowns than last year. For Cooks, I'll be happy with that. What that'll put him at? 800 and what? That'll put him at 800 plus yards and what, like 12 touchdowns? What, he had like 10 touchdowns this year? Or he had like 8? I can't remember. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Just to be safe. Let me pull it up. Because we want to be a little precise here when we talking about somebody's numbers. Unlike some other people, that's on our team and stuff, He had 8 touchdowns. Okay. He had 657 yards and 8 touchdowns. Okay. So like we said, that'll be 857 and 10 touchdowns. I can live with that. I think that'll be great for him. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I'd be pretty decent with that. I would not be mad at that. So, hey, if he can do that, I wouldn't have much to say after that. I think that'll help this team tremendously. If we can get him to, average more a game. Because like I said, man, I didn't start talking about Brandon Cooks in a negative way to bash him. I just seen a concern of mine, and I had to talk about it. You see what I'm saying? You see the difference with me? Like, I could say the same things that somebody that with an agenda say, but that don't necessarily mean we doing it for the same reasons. I'm just spotting out. I'm sending warning labels. Like, I'm sending warning shots like, look, this could be a potential problem in the playoffs, or this could potentially keep us from going to where we trying to go. I'm sending shots out like that. I'm not sitting up here just saying, hey, man, screw Brandon Cooks for no reason. That ain't what I'm doing. That's not my objective. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to make sure this team is equipped enough. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure this team is equipped and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Ready to suit up when the time comes. Okay, HTM, I got you, man. We'll rock out tomorrow for sure. What's happening with you, Miss Regina? Miss Regina Green with the green. Shout out to you. Shout out to all my people, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like and share button. Hey, once again, I hate doing these like promo type situations, but like I said, my likes been way down, views been way up, likes been way down. So that's what we finna do, the exercise. We can all do it together. I got 146 people in the chat right now. Hey, hold the screen down with your thumb and hit the like button. The like button will magically appear when you hold the screen down. Boom, you hit the like button. You support your content creator. We keep on rocking with more content. Let's continue. Let's see what else we got on the agenda.
There's more credit. You know what they always say?
Forgive me for the video. Keep playing.
The same thing, but
that's just how we rocking right now.
Play down.
Pass Ranier.
I would say that every team, if Zim has been making it, who's just
okay, yeah. Jalen Brooks. Now I was talking about this. The highest scoring NFL teams in the league since 2019. Guess who it is? Your mighty Dallas Cowboys. Hey, I don't know how we was able to do this and able to pull this off, sir. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we was able to accomplish this with such a terrible quarterback. Like, hey, somebody let me know. Like, we did this with the worst quarterback ever, according to a lot of people, man. So, hey, we still one of the most top scoring. We were the top scoring team since 2019. Your Dallas Cowboys have been very successful on the offensive side of the ball and in the regular season. It's just not been materializing in the playoffs, man. That's just a hurdle we're going to have to figure out. But, hey, it's some teams that wish they was on this list. It's some teams that wish they had some of this good play in the regular season. It's teams that wish they had anything good. You see what I'm saying? So please don't act like this doesn't matter, because it does matter. Okay. Another topic I wanted to discuss, they said pick a better cornerback duo. And I'm going to just say right now, it is the Cowboys by a lot. You know what I'm saying? By a whole lot. I ain't even got to put a price on it. It's the Cowboys by a whole lot. hey, even if Trayvon Diggs come back and be okay, he still would be better than both of these cornerbacks, in my opinion, because I know Trey, I know his potential. If Trey come back at 85%, he better than both of these guys. Devin Witherspoon is a young cornerback. He's good, but how you going to put him up here with all pros already? Like, this is first year. Like, Trey like that for real. Like, I think they got us confused. Like, they must have wanted this for clicks. That's what they did it for. You know, when stuff like this come on and it makes no sense at all, it's obvious what you're trying to do. You shooting for engagement. And I just gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? I hate it, but hey, I just gave it to you, man. There you go. Congratulations. You got me reacting to this crap. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. But hey, we just gotta make sure we talk about some of this stuff, man, because some of these people, like, you'll hear stuff like this get out, and then you'll hear people just, repeating and regurgitating. They'll think it's right just because they seen it on a publication like this. PFF, you know what I'm saying? You just can't let everything get away, man. Somebody got to take up for our people. Some people some of us got to fight for our foes because we know that they can't do it to that degree. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that they just can't say or can't speak on. But I'll be the one to say that it is the Cowboys by a lot, sir. So it's really disrespectful putting my boy Trey up in there. Like, they act like he ain't one of the better corners in the league or something. But like this, another disrespectful post by the 33rd team. I don't see how Dak ain't in there, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dak had one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time, too. You know what I'm saying? CJ might have had a slightly better numbers, and he won in the playoffs one game. But did CJ be the GOAT in the playoffs? Like, did he have to play Aaron Rodgers? Like, do you think that would have worked out the same for him? Like, it's just a lot of craziness, man. And they got Micah real low too. So, hey, I do think Dak should have been on this list. Somebody let me know. Do y'all agree? Do y'all feel like Dak should have been on this list? Let me know. I still think Dak got one of the better quarterback rookie years ever. Like, I still feel like it is. CJ, that boy. Yeah, he's a boy. Not a man yet. You know what I'm saying? He got some years to grow. He got some years to grow. Yeah, Dak was 13-3 his rookie year and lost to a GOAT in the playoffs in a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Now, they could say CJ had a few better passing yards, but he had the same amount of touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? And he won a playoff game against a worse team, though. So, I mean, they trying to chalk that up as the greatest rookie year. And to be honest, if you going off numbers, Herbert had a better rookie year than both of them. Just off numbers. But I wouldn't just go off numbers. I feel like you need the context of both of them. I wouldn't just say numbers is king over everything. I wouldn't say that. Some people would, but not me. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like Dak had the better rookie season. What was Herbert record in his rookie year? See, everything as a package counts. I'm not going to say Dak had the best season because he had the record, because we seen people have great records and go to the Super Bowl and all kind of stuff. Like, it's a whole package. You got to have the wins. You got to have the numbers. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the impact. You got to have a lot of different stuff, man. So you just can't say one category makes you better in this equation. I don't think so. I think that's lazy. I think that's lazy work, man. Jane Doe says, hold on. I seen somebody named Jane Doe. That is crazy. This YouTube be crazy, boy. What Jane Doe said. Hold on. I lost you. I don't know. For some reason, I want to know what Jane Doe said. That's a AKA for a dead person. Like, who are you? I can't find it, so hey, we'll just let it ride. We'll let it ride. But for the last part of the show, man, do y'all got any questions y'all want me to go over, man? We'll make this a kind of like a Q&A for the last part of the show. and ride this thing on out, man. Let me see. Y'all shoot your questions, I'll shoot my answers, and then we'll do that for a while, and then we'll ride this thing on out. Please make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the share button, make sure you donate, man, and help your boy get out there to Oxnard, California for the training camp, man, and do some improvements on the space and everything we doing, man. It just helped me do more content. Like I said, y'all might notice that I haven't been on here as much, you know what I'm saying? But y'all support helped me do this more and more. So, hey, make sure y'all support, man, and donate to the channel so we can keep this thing going, man. We can keep this jumping. Yeah, Jane Doe. There you go. What Jane Doe said, I was speaking about Dak on how you said he had one of the best rookie seasons. I agree and said said besides Cam. Cam came in hard now. He came in hard. Like, he went off. He had like a couple of 400-yard games and stuff too. But see, I think Cam might have had him with the numbers. Let's look it up. Cam might have had him with the numbers, but I don't know if he had him with the wins though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said it's multiple categories. Let's see. Cam Newton. Let's see what his rookie year look like. Rookie year. Yeah, Dak actually, I think Dak actually kind of got him. No, Cam had him slightly with the passing yards, but Dak had more passing touchdowns. Cam had 21 passing touchdowns that year, and he had 4,051 yards. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he had slightly more passing yards than Dak and less touchdown passes. But I wonder what was the Panthers' record in 2021 though. What was their record? Let me see, can I look that up? Because that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see why I do it in just more than one category? Because one category don't tell the whole story. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's see. No, let me see. It says they improved on their 2-14 record from 2010 and finished 6-10, missing the playoffs for the third year in a row despite their losing record. Carolina made many improvements though. So look, I know it's different. It's a different situation, just to be fair, because Carolina picked Cam number 1, so of course they're gonna be bad. You know what I'm saying? So I can see how some people just disregard that though. I can't see that. Just being fair. I'm trying my best to be fair. But I still say Dak had a better one though, because he got more touchdown passes than him, and he had a bigger impact and a better year as a team too though. You know what I'm saying? I can see if Cam blew Dak out in the numbers, I'd be like, well, Cam might have got it though. Yeah, Cam did have rushing yards. Let's look at his rushing yards though. He probably ate on the rushing part. Let's see. Yeah, rushing yards, he had 706 yards. Yeah, he went crazy on the ground. I wonder how many rushing touchdowns he had, though. I can't see that right here on this graphic, so y'all forgive me. Let's see. I want to know how many rushing yards Dak had then. Because Dak was running his first year, too. I know he wasn't running to that degree, but he was running. Oh, he only had 282 yards rushing. Yeah, that ain't much. He had the most rushing yards Dak had in a season is 357, and he had that in 2017. So, hey, that's pretty dope, though. Dak really never just been predominantly on his legs like that. And I really think that's a bad thing. Like, I think if you add Dak mobility and rushing ability to his game, like, and where his game at now, I know he's not the same runner he was in 2016, but we seen like last year is a perfect example. Last year was the first year out of Kellen Moore's system where Dak could freely freestyle and improvise on the fly. That was the first year he could do that. In that timing system that Kellen Moore had, he had to find a receiver in a certain amount of time. So he's waiting instead of being like, okay, I got a clock in my head. If I don't see nobody open, boom, scramble drill. That's what he doing now. With Kellen Moore, he had him stiff as a statue. Like, he was sitting back there just processing, and nothing come open. Now he getting sacked. In this Mike McCarthy offense, he got multiple options. It's 2 plays in 1 play. So that's going to help him out way more. And Lucky says Dak was running up until his leg injury. He tried showing us a little something lately. Exactly. That's why I said that's why you seen the best version of Dak, Unlucky. You seen the best version of Dak now because he incorporated his legs and his scrambled ability and his improv ability. Because look, believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, Kellen Moore had this offense. They say Kellen Moore had this offense at number 1. It was really Dak. But think about it. Dak didn't get no accolades under Kellen Moore, though. Like, Dak barely, I don't even think he got a Pro Bowl with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore really brought Dak down. You see what I'm saying? Like, he didn't raise Dak up. So people used to be making that narrative like, hey, Kellen Moore got Dak playing. No, man, Dak was balling with Scott Linehan, too. Dak was balling with Scott Linehan. So, like, how y'all gonna act like Kellen Moore was like Dak's savior or something all of a sudden? Man, Dak been balling. He actually showed now once Kellen Moore went to the Chargers and the way better quarterback Justin Herbert was better than Dak, his offense went straight to the crapper. It was terrible. So how is it so that Kellen Moore made Dak, but he couldn't make a per se better quarterback though? He couldn't do that over there. And they had better weapons than we did too. Believe it or not, last year, the Chargers was loaded on offense. They was loaded compared to what we had. And they still didn't do nothing. And that really made me bring up the last topic. One of my last topics.
You know what they always say?
One of my last topics. Let's see. There it is. Them Eagles is struggling over there, y'all. Kellen Moore got them Eagles struggling, y'all. Hey, 95% of that offense is new. I just don't think that's a good decision. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like the Eagles just a super terrible team on offense. They pretty much got structure already. You gonna override their whole offense? Let me know if that's a good thing for them. I tell you right now, it's not a good thing for them. I see that. That sound like a step back to me. That sound like a couple steps back. That don't sound like it work out well for them guys. And hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I can't wait to see them struggle. That's how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let the Eagles struggle, and we're going to be a better team. We are still equipped with our offense. What we doing? We said, hey, we got our offense in the second year after Mike McCarthy brought out the best version of Dak Prescott. So we're going to just keep getting better and better. Shout out to Mr. Antonio Montgomery, man. I appreciate you for the first super of the day, man. I really do appreciate it. He says, keep up the good content, bro. Just showing some love, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. And hey, man, thanks for donating and supporting the channel, man. We appreciate that. I'm not too familiar with your name, man. I might need to rent you up. I don't know if you're a new person here or not, man. So I might have to rent you up, man, but make you become a mod of the channel, man. That'll be dope because I appreciate it. But let's see. Mr. Unlucky. I like that name for some reason. Y'all, look, if y'all don't know, I'm real silly. I got a weird sense of humor, right? And all them negative type words are just hilarious to me. That's why I use nefarious all the time. It's just funny to me. I don't know why. I'm crazy. But so a word like unlucky would be kind of in that same category. Dak was running up until his leg injury. He tried showing us a little something lately. Yeah, I said that earlier. My bad. What? 113, man. I appreciate you, man. Joe Tranchina. Let's see. We just answering questions, rocking with the chat box right now. That's what we're doing right now. We'll just show love and rock with the chat box for a second. And then we're going to ride this thing on that. I probably stay to like the 15 minute, the 15 mark. And then we'll ride this thing on out. Let's see. Shoot some questions, y'all. Shoot some questions. He said, been here. Oh, he says, been here. Just don't chat too much. Oh, okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I appreciate you, man. Hey, everybody don't be want to mingle in there like that. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is the trap community, man. We gonna treat you fair over here. You know what I'm saying? We got some decent mods over here that ain't gonna do you bad, man. We ain't gonna do you bad. Shout out to Miss Regina Green with the green for the cash app. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Thank you, man. I told you y'all helping my efforts to get out there to Oxnard. Hey, it's not cheap. I live way in Alabama. So you know that's not gonna be a cheap ticket. But listen, for some reason, I live in Birmingham, Alabama. Every flight that come out of my city is expensive. They said, we don't want you to leave. And if you leave, you better be able to afford it. So I don't know why. Well, I know why, but it just sucked to be staying here when everything high coming here. It's even high to come here. Like, if you flying from somewhere else and coming to Birmingham is high. Because, you know, we're not that major of a city. So it's like, you can't just catch any little flight coming or going out of here. Like, it's like, bro, we got to make a special delivery for you. So you got to pay us for that. So yeah, man, that's one of the struggles of, that's a struggle for being in a smaller city right now. But you know, hey, God is good. We still got Atlanta down the road, 2-hour drive. I hit them up. I slide to the Atlanta and get way better deals sometimes. So yeah, that's another alternative. Elijah Robinson says, my mom hometown. That's what's happening, man. You know about that 205 then. What side she on? East side, west side, south side, you know what I'm saying? What side of town she on? Big Sar says, what position group should the Cowboys upgrade prior to training camp? It's obvious. It's the obvious ones, Big SARS. Like, I don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Like, defensive tackle, that's obvious. Right? So, what else? What else I would like to upgrade? Possibly cornerback, just to be safe, to have some insurance. Like, so we won't have too much pressure on Trey, right? I think that'll be smart, too. What else I would like? Maybe a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? You still got a little uncertainty, but, you know, it's a crowded room, but it's like, you know, if you got 5 of them, how many do you have? You know what I'm saying? So, let me see. It's hard to say, but you know me. I always want a wide receiver. We got Floyd Noyd getting headlines and stuff right now, so I don't know. We'll have to see with this random collection of wide receivers we have. We got to see what they do. Like, I ain't gonna say they sorry or nothing, but hey, I can't say they good either. Is that not fair? Can we say that? Is that not fair? We can't say they terrible, but can we say they good? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm in the middle. Like, I don't know them guys. Like, I ain't betting my house on them. That's all I'm saying. I wish them well. I hope they do. Yahweh says, how did you become a Cowboy fan being from Bama? Sir, we have no professional teams. And at my age, I'm 37. So just imagine, in the 90s, I was a young man. And when I turned the TV on, I seen the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? That's what we had. I grew up in the 90s. So, you know, the Cowboys was football. They are football still, but, you know, I got introduced to football really being a Cowboy fan. So, it go back far as I can even remember. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and that's just how it happened. That's how it happened to me. We ain't got no professional teams up here. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. So we pretty much That's why a lot of people pretty much slide with what they seen on TV. And I seen that star, and it was over with. I seen Dion and Irvin, man, Emmett. It was over with. It was over with, sir. It was over with. Let's see. Flip from Texas said, wide receivers don't win Super Bowls. Why you always be banging against wide receivers, man? You must be a DB. Flip, tell me the truth. I ain't gonna hold it against you, because I don't like DBs either. You know, I'm a receiver. I ain't too fond of DBs either. Are you a former DB? And that'll tell me a lot, because you just be banging against wide receivers, man. He be banging against wide receivers. Hey, Flip from Texas, you say that like once a show. Hey, we weren't even talking about that. Flip from Texas like, hey, P.S., we hate receivers over here. Hey, we get it, Flip. We get it, man. We get it, bro. Hey, let me know. And be honest. Don't be telling no fib, man. What grandma say, don't be fibbing. Tell the truth. Are you a former DB, sir? A running back is a good one. Ooh, I missed that one. That's on me. I missed that one. Sheesh. We definitely could use a running back. I agree. That's number 2. DT is number 1, obviously. Like we need a defensive tackle. But running back would be easily number 2. Okay, let's see what Flip said. No, but everyone has to do the job for wide receivers to get the ball. Then they get the credit. Crazy. I mean, bro, everybody get credit though, right? I mean, a receiver should get credit too, man. Because you got to think, a receiver can make a quarterback look good or better. That's possible too. You know what I'm saying? It's just these days of the internet to where we can still critique a quarterback for how he placed the ball. Like, we can get down to the nuances of it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we just seen like, did he catch the ball? Yay or nay? That's how we did. We just wanted to know, did he catch the ball or not? Did he catch the ball or not? He said, this new format is different. He said, I seen you some cash out, landlord. Let me see. I don't see it yet. Oh, okay, I see it, man. I appreciate you, Mr. Cartavius, for the cash out, man. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Hey, yeah, I know the new format is a little clunky, man. You know what I'm saying? But it won't be like this 100% of the time. This just some new experimentation type stuff we doing. And, you know, I'm going to still have my same shows. We might mess around and do a regular show tomorrow. So, hey, man, you know, this is just something new we experiment with. I really don't like the setup that much either myself, being honest. But, hey, you got to experiment. You got to keep doing new stuff. And it's messing with, you know what I'm saying, we just doing new things and trying stuff out. You know, y'all know how my normal show is. It's still going down. It's still going down. It's still going down. But yeah, man. I'ma see. I said I was gonna leave at when I did an hour and 15, but you know, y'all can tell you love what you do. Cause it's an hour and 18 and I ain't even paying no attention. But man, I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. I really appreciate all the love, man. And hey, man, do me one solid favor, man. Real talk. I see over 100 people on the chat. Please help your boy get to 100 likes. Is that too much to ask? I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes, basically. All I ask, you know, to hit the like button for your boy. If you're not familiar on how to do it, like I said, take your thumb, hold down the middle of the screen. The like button gonna magically pop up. All you gotta do is hit that button for your boy, man, and help the content get pushed out here even more in the algorithm, man. It'll help me out a whole lot. Us independent content creators and small channels, that's pretty much our currency. So, hey, make sure y'all pump this out for your boy and make sure y'all support. But like I say, man, y'all already know I go by Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in for the win. I appreciate y'all, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.